Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Reggie Loren, and I am from in the Institute of Agriculture, Camigan Polytechnic State College, Philippines. I will be presenting a study titled Inoculation Strategies for Agarwood Producing Species, a Systematic Review. My presentation agenda for this afternoon will begin with the rationale, followed by the objectives, methodology, result and discussion, and conclusion. One of the most highly valued non-timber products is a fragrant resin derived from agarwood producing tropical tree species. These tree species are naturally grown in South and Southeast Asian countries. The branches and trunk of most agarwood species secrete fragrant resin, which is not produced from healthy tree tissues, but instead from wounded and infected tissues of a tree by a fungus. There are two major active compounds found from agarwood producing species, which you can see in the screen, which serves as a tree response and self-defense mechanism to avoid further damage, as well as formation of aromatic and fragrant agarwood resin. Economically, agarwood is a lucrative investment for cultivation and production. The prices of agarwood in the global market showed significant increase depending on its grade. Moreover, agarwood resins are used in various forms as a valuable ingredient for perfume, medicines, and cosmetics. For cultural reasons, it is used in traditional herbal medicines to treat some illnesses, and serves as a significant ceremonial object in various religious rituals. As a rare tree species, it is one of many highly protected species due to its reduction and possible extinction in forest plant diversity, and treated with highest importance in terms of conservation and protection in the Appendix 2 of the Convention of International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Interestingly, good quality agarwood, particularly from old trees and slowly formed agarwood, achieved its highest demand and increase in consumer preference in the past decade. Fewer review articles compiled studies to provide basis of thorough understanding of agarwood. Few review articles were undertaken to examine agarwood induction methods and approaches, but entirely performed as a narrative review. So the study aimed to identify potential knowledge gaps and establish research priorities for future and further studies. Objectives. The study aims to evaluate the different inoculation strategies and examine the available agarwood producing species in the literature, and to provide baseline information as reference for future studies about agarwood. The systematic review follows the approaches found in the preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis prisma, such as database search, data inclusion and exclusion criteria, and guidelines for eligibility. The review utilized only the Web of Science database. The study utilized search strings and was able to identify 184 studies. And in the screening process, only experimental studies were included in the review. And out of 184 researched articles, after thorough screening of the title, abstract, and full text, the study identified only 37 studies. The following variables of interest are extracted, such as the historical and geographical distribution, the agarwood producing species used in the experiments, and the inoculation strategies of agarwood producing species. The included studies are purely experimental in nature, and based on the historical distribution, the earliest study goes way back to 2005. However, there were no data or existing studies from 2006 to 2009 and from 2011 to 2012. Moreover, after 2013, the frequency of published studies gradually increased, which was visible in technological improvements and capabilities of conducting experiments in the last decade. And out of 3 Asian regions, 8 countries were identified, such as China, Malaysia, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Japan, Taiwan, and India and Thailand. And 57% of all published articles in the review are from China, while 16 and 11% are from Malaysia and Indonesia, respectively. And the countries with the highest number of publications in Agarwood studies are those countries that are focusing on consuming agarwood. Most studies utilize Aquilaria sinensis of about 21 publications, while Aquilaria maliensis for 10 publications. Moreover, 5 countries utilize Aquilaria maliensis, while only 2 countries for Aquilaria sinensis. In terms of inoculation strategies, fungal inoculation was about 41%, which has the highest percentage, and the least were the natural inoculation, agar-wheat, and chemical inoculation strategies. To conclude this presentation, agarwood producing species are widely propagated in East, South, and Southeast Asian countries in the review, and Aquilaria sinensis and Aquilaria malacensis are most common species. Fungal inoculation is considered as the most common inoculation strategies. Moreover, best inoculation strategies depends on resources and available expertise, and this review opens the venue for further agarwood studies. Thank you very much and have a pleasant afternoon, everyone.